a broadcast journalist by excellence, who at the point in his career rose to become the general manager of Ogun State Television and the chairman of the Society of Broadcasters in Nigeria, Ogun State chapter, Bashorun Festus Kehinde. My Gio, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
It's a pleasure having you in the studio this morning.
My pleasure also. Here with my people.
Yes, back home.
For this conversation.
Yes, sir. It's a wonderful conversation that because we need your wealth of experience to really trash this issue this morning. Record keeping. Where are we in this part of the world?
Where are we?
Yes, sir.
I think if we are going to talk about record, we should start from where we were or where we started from.
Okay.
Record keeping has been a thing of importance to humanity. What do I mean?
Okay.
In the olden days, even the Asian people realized that the Mesopotamia, and they were right. The Asian people also painted cave,
yes,
as a means of keeping record. Apart from that, people also wrote on stone. But what revolutionized record keeping was the introduction of printing. Printing.
Okay.
Yeah. When printing was information material, and that necessitated that the record should be kept. The old Egyptians, they were using papyrus and land, but as it goes on, more compact. But it did not stop there. By the late 19th century and 20th century, so that I don't waste your time, other forms of, and people raise it because of the urge to keep limited to books, forms of record keeping. There are some people that collect stamp.
Yes.
When Nigeria got independence, when we came to right-hand drive,
yes,
when we take currency,
yes,
you will see stamp. And some people keep it to know when this. So sometimes when you see stamp, that's when this thing happened in Nigeria.
yes.
So stamp, for instance, is a form of record keeping. Coin, say, and they have all from the pound to the latest naira. You could see it's a form of record keeping. Like this was done when, and sometimes they say, I want to show my child. I try to say, okay, look, in 19th so, we were using this before the advent of this. It's form of record keeping.
Does it really relate to items like what you have highlighted, or even in the world of music? Do you think?
Yeah, I think we are coming gradually to that.
Okay,
that's another set of
record keeping.
We have the audio one. We have the I can correct on the audio visual. We have audio recording, and if you look at that also. To the remember the black one.
Yes, pneumatic.
No.
Okay, for
record player.
Yes.
Record. You call it record, but it is film.
Yes.
So
to turntable.
To turntable. you move away from that,
yes,
and start having audio materials.
Yes.
That you now use. That's another set of record keeping. We have the files. For example, each one of you in this station will have a personal file.
Surely.
Yes. It is for record. Even when you are no longer here, that thing will be there. If anybody want to find out anything about the first day I'm here, I know you find it here.
Surely.
So it's also part of record keeping. There's financial record keeping. You keep the transaction, receipt, ledger. Because of financial record, and I find you that everything has been transparent and done in the accounting way. If there's no record, there's no way an auditor will come in and check anything. So they also have a financial record. We even have family records.
Yes.
Family records, in some family, they keep records. Date of birth of Wole.
Yes.
the day, the signal of the day to them. Sometimes they even put some people that were there in their records.
Yes.
And by the time
the number of names.
name, they put all your names. Some people will say, "Oh, his mommy gave him this name.
Yes.
I did this. Our grandmother gave him this."
Yes.
Keep the record, so that sometimes they don't repeat names
For other
siblings.
Mm.
Yeah, and sometimes they want, because of a particular thing that happened when he was born. We name him Wole because maybe something good came in when he was born. Nobody could explain that after you. And it was only your parents that can say, "Oh, we name him this because of this." And even death record will be there. So they have all these things in the family record that keep. So sometimes they relate it, how we are related to so person, related to this.
What are the significance of keeping records?
Oh, wonderful. Reasons for keeping particular record. I mentioned one now. You keep financial record,
Surely.
so that at least you know what you're doing. You keep business record so that you brand. Only to make informed decision. Because there's no way you can make informed decision. It is the record of the activities, of the performance, or the knowledge you acquire that can make you make an informed decision. Then you also keep record to impart knowledge, and that is where you have library. Somebody has written something about something, yours will have to be based on that, and that is why even when you are writing your thesis or dissertation, you say go and do literature review. How do you do literature review without examining the that? That is one. Then, for you to have data and be able to analyze properly, anything, economy, politics, social, whatever, you need to have records. People will say the inflation rate in the year 2010 is X, or
Yes.
today it is XY. That information will have been based on data collected or and record kept. If there's no such record, there's no way you can plan. Historically, also, we say history is the study for intelligent understanding of the present and to make informed
Decisions.
for future. So that means you have some records that you must have looked at. So if I want to even write on OGBC, I need to come here and look at your records.
Yes.
See what you have there. Look at the personal information. Look at your commercial transaction. Look at people that have passed through this place. I was not here when it formed. It was established. And I can only base my research on what is on ground. So we preserve history and culture. Don't forget again, there's one man in your place here that used to beat drum.
Yes.
That's called,
yes.
It is a record. A record. Relics. What you have in Japan, and in Madaton, you see some people, when you get to Lagos, you see 3 years welcoming you. They are all, some people, during the slave trade, the slave owner will inscribe name on their slave for identification.
And most times, the slave bear the names of their owner.
That's it. It's for record purposes, so that Mr. A will not snatch my own, because they were back together one ship.
Yes.
So they change. You see some people.
Initials.
Yeah, initials. Yes.
Okay.
Our people put tribal mark.
Yes.
It's for record purposes.
It's for record
When you
purposes.
see that person, say, yeah, it must be from Oyo. Oh, it must be from this family. So they know themselves.
So it's for records.
It's for record. So you can take a decision on that particular person at a glance to say, oh, that must be our relative from Hussein. Because that tribal mark might be unique to a particular family in Hussein.
Yeah. So you are now beginning to trace the genealogy of that person.
And you know then, before, if you are going to travel from some of those areas, they will scribe that on that, so you will not get lost when you get to abroad.
That's our focus this morning on the flight, and we have as our resource person here, Bashorun Festus, Kehinde, former GM for GTV. Now, sir, when history was removed from the curriculum some years ago, what was your reaction?
That was a catastrophe. We are just saying you don't need to know anything about your past. It's interesting. You don't need to know about your past. And how if you don't know where you're coming from. People have been talking about the Habanacolis of this world, the Akintoye of Lagos, the Yalo de Efuro Itinumbu.
Yes.
And people want to say, yes, oh, that was a woman of valor. I want to be like her. How do you need maybe the military era to be recorded and to be made known to our people? But thank God, I think that has changed now.
Yes.
Because there's no way of moving forward without all record keeping. Look, take it or leave it. They are articles of history. The article of history. Is Olumo the only rock in Abeokuta?
No.
But Olumo has been preserved, and a lot of things have been said about that particular rock because of its significance. So it's a record.
It's historical.
It's historical. So when you talk sometimes about tourism, you talk about relics, you talk about artifacts, you are talking of record. And that's why you have three main organizations that keep this kind of records. You have the library,
Yes.
you have the archives, you have the museum. Do you know we have war museum in Nigeria?
Yes. Asma, yeah.
What do you have here? You have all the Ogbone case of this war that they used during the Biafran War.
Yes.
You have all the gun that they used during the Biafran War. Those guns might not be relevant today. They did not keep it so that they can reuse it.
No.
So for people to know that when we were fighting, we were fighting in a crude way. You were able to devise it or design it and then use it for our aim. But if you want to know what happened during the Civil War, then what is done in Biafra? When you get to Kaduna again, you get another one.
Yes.
So let us just put it that whatever is of significance and that we have preserved is a record.
No, Bashorun, sir, let's look at another dimension. In this part of the world, we pass oral tradition from mouth to mouth, from generations to generation. In the course of doing that, some of our records are lost. Very few ones are kept. What can we do to sustain our records in this part of the world?
Okay, I will say that was in the ancient time.
Yes. You know why I'm asking you this question,
Yes.
sir? A lot of families must have forgotten their oriki, the cognomen. So, because in most homes now, we now speak English. We hardly speak our languages, and some of these things are kept in our indigenous languages.
Well, that was part of colonial mentality.
Hmm.
Yes. Because I want to be like Oyinbo. One of my friends would say Oyinbo Loriki. So why would they bother about your own? But that is what makes us unique.
Hmm.
When they do your Oriki properly, you can
Swell up.
You can even remove your agbada or your ileke and put it on the
Impressed.
because you are impressed about what the guy has done for you. But somebody who is behind Mr. Stone would as far as that is the organ.
Yes.
So Mr. Stone cannot move. If Stone cannot move, we are behind Mr. Stone. That's why we are different. But you see, I agree with you that we have not done much about keeping records. We have not done. We maybe because education came to this part of the world, a part of the Yoruba land,
Yes.
Nigeria early enough,
Yes.
they appreciated record keeping. And why they have archives. They even have archives in Alake's palace.
Yes.
Where you can get every. And if you want to know how much the first Alake earned when they, and that means they have appreciated it. Look at Sofolawe. He was not so created, but he wrote all his Oriki in it.
Mm.
It was written by that. So it was because he appreciated that if he didn't do that then, he might not have anything. So one day modernize it from that same family.
Yes.
So that you can have and it's readable. Because might not have been able to read it the way he has written it. But at least he has a record.
Yes.
So it is good that we should keep record. And that's why I said we should start from the family. If we start from the family, keep our history, keep our genealogy to know how we came, where we came from. Some people, somebody was telling me one day that somebody is a stranger or a foreigner in Abeokuta. And I said, what are you saying? If you know your record, everybody that settled down here came from somewhere.
Sure.
Yes. All the Egba Owu came from somewhere to come and settle here. So who's a stranger? Who's a foreigner? when you look at it from that dimension, you know that there was migration.
Surely.
We had wars, and people moved from one location to the other, and they settled there. When Ajimobi made 21 people
King
in Oyo State, in Ibadan,
yes.
Ibadan.
Yes.
5 people were
Five. Even the man that designed the national flag.
So, brother, so when you look at this scenario,
Yes.
you know that it is good because of war. We look for another place and we got to Bekuta. Yes, other people came, join us there. And they always come.
Surely.
Yes.
Yeah. People still come to Lagos daily.
Yes.
And they settle there.
Yes.
So, but we must have record. And that's why sometimes when they have the population say something, they said they want to have current information. It was not because they did not have previous one. It might not have been acceptable to some, but they still have it. So that means for good planning, for transparency, you must keep record.
And digital record keeping at this hour, how can we embrace it as a country?
I would say we are.
Okay, let's go on the short commercial. When we come back, we respond to that new way of keeping records. So, welcome back, sir. Keeping records the digital way.
Yeah, we started the keeping record digital way about 30-40 years ago, but it was not popular. If you go to University of Ibadan, for instance, they have what they call microfilm and what they call microfiche. Microfilm is like reducing a whole book by 40%, by 4%. Microfiche is a bit larger. A whole, let us say, 10 Bibles could be put in one microfiche. It's very compact, very small. You just put it in an envelope and put it on the shelf. Because they realized that books were taking a lot of space in the library. And they said, okay, why not look for other means? So books could be converted into microfilm and to microfiche, depending on the volume of the book. Okay. So we started from there. Then the computer came. Computer itself is a storage device.
Surely.
Yeah, where you can keep a lot of information. And you can go back later to retrieve it. Because the essence of any record is to arrange it very well for easy retrieval and access. Any information that could not be accessed is no record. So from there, we now have phone.
Yes.
In media houses, we have what they have called hard drive.
Yes.
You can store a lot of information, a lot of things. You have it at gigabyte, terabyte. So one hard drive will store information for more than 100 hours. So those are digital ones. Then you have this cloud storage. Sometimes when you look at your phone and say, okay, I want to do backup, you don't even know where you put the backup.
Yes.
You send it to the cloud.
And
I know we have Google Drive.
Surely.
We have so many of them like that on our networks.
Yes.
So, and people now, most of the cloud, even in foreign countries, most of their things have been uploaded to the cloud because nobody can even snatch it from you there.
Yes.
It's there and you can retrieve it anytime. So all these are now means of keeping a record in a digital format. Then they have one that I know that is popular, which is what the Dropbox.
Yes.
You can put a lot of information in Dropbox. They send it to me, it will be just drop it back. It will always be there.
Surely.
So you can always go back anytime you want to access it. And you can keep any records there.
Now, from this part of the world, we are going in tandem with the rest of the world, what the global world is doing. as a veteran broadcaster, what will be your advice to broadcasters generally, in keeping records? Because you had, as we speak now.
Do you know record keeping is a source of fun for organization like this?
Yes, I know.
You know,
Yes.
we have we call something they say we have some real information, and we keep it in the archives.
Yes.
What are those real records? Any information that you cannot go to that person again to gather should be in your archives. So anything that Awolowo should be in your archives.
Surely.
Because
Speeches, addresses,
campaign,
press conferences,
campaign,
interviews.
Yeah, interviews. Some people had made a lot of money with records of Abiola saying. He became so popular after his death, even more than when he was alive.
Surely.
So people were running and rushing to get information about him.
There's a book now about speeches and addresses of Chief Obasanjo.
Exactly.
Very voluminous.
Yeah. So they and in this modern day, you can stay in your home. I don't know whether you have that kind of library here, and ask for information about your library. DSTV is making a lot of money through that. Oh, I watched one film, Babysitter, in the year 1980. I need it. You can retrieve it, okay?
The children sent to you.
Yeah, you will send to you.
Making
It's
money.
auto. You pay your money, and then it will be sent to you.
So you want to watch another one?
Another one.
You send for it.
If I say I want everything about Haruna Shola records, I know this station should be able to have it.
Yeah.
So, and if I put all this in a system, and I request for it, it's just a compilation. Somebody will just do it, put it in a. Like I said, no, I don't want it on Drive. I want you to send it to my Dropbox.
Yes.
You know? So, you will send it to my Dropbox. I pay online. You put it in my Dropbox.
Okay.
That's the way of generating revenue for
the
the
station.
Exactly.
Now, records can also be commercialized. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. At this point, let's quickly take few calls and reactions from those who are following this program on even on our social media platforms. 003-437-9453. Hello, good morning. Thanks for calling. Your name, sir?
Good morning, my brother. Thank you.
We can talk after the program, Elder Banwo. Let's have some discussions after the program, sir. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Elder Banwo. He will respond to that. He's asking you, sir, that can cloud storage facilities be hacked by hackers? No. Yeah. I just want
that's the beauty of it.
Exactly.
Because it is password banned. Apart from that, even the owner of the app cannot even
access it. Okay, let's take this other call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Wole.
Thanks for calling, ma.
Good morning, Kemi.
Good morning, ma'am.
Bashorun, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is Kehinde from Quarry Road.
Okay.
I really appreciate your comments, your suggestions on keeping records. Wole and Kemi and Bashorun, we agree with you that without record, there is no history.
Yes.
Without history, there is no nation.
Yes.
Without a nation, there is nothing we can talk about. I will agree with you that record keeping has to do with history, as Elder Banwo said. And we are really happy that history has been brought back into the curriculum. History, is the event of the past, of the present, and projecting it to the future. And with all these attributes of history, linking it with record keeping, we agree with me, Wole, that when you keep a record, let us even say, Wole himself, if you want to find out something about Wole, if we don't have anything about you written down, maybe your date of birth, the school you attended, and everything you did, till you get to OGBC, how do we assess Wole? We can't assess you now. So with Kemi, so with Bashorun, we can't get anything about you. So record keeping is very, very vital. It should be sustained because it tells you about the nation, the culture, the orientation, the history, the achievement, the failures, and things like that. And so all these things make us aware of what our cultural values are and what we should aim at and what should we think of. Then, without records, how can we get the activities of people? You look at the corrupt people, you don't have any record to show them, there's nothing we can do. And then when you see keeping record, it's a sort of money making because it's all these attractions. When you say the power of the day, it's 60 now. You have got a record, people are going there. You say Olumo Rock, it's a record something because people are going there, they are keeping it, and it's having money for the media and the government. So it's a sort of money. It's a sort of unified edifice and things like that. So I think we should try as much as possible to make sure we keep our culture and things valuable and keep them in history. Store them. Don't let them be destroyed because they are things that will be very useful for us in the future. Let me stop there.
Thank you so much, Mr. Goyemi. Bashorun, Festus Kehinde, sir. Archaeologists, where is their role in this record keeping matter?
Okay, the archaeology just dug into the past.
Okay.
Let me give you an example. The archaeology look at how even human being emerge.
Yes.
Sometimes they will see a small thing and they say, "Oh, life must have existed here,"
In this place.
and they start digging. When they start digging the grave, they might see skeleton, they might see some other things. So this actually cook. Maybe they saw some cooking material,
Maybe clay pot or
whatever. And from there they spoke. We can now identify or know some other thing that we did not know before about that place. So the archaeology also contributed to the history of human being. Yeah.
Okay.
And for the kind of record they also keep, it helps us to build on that, to know that, okay, so we were even here more than 1,000 years before the people started writing about us.
So we have been existing before they discovered this place.
So when they say Mongo Park discovered River Niger,
water has been flowing for
they forgot that some people were living
before
and they actually have been seeing River Niger and been drinking for water. Before somebody now can say he discovered.
Water has been there for donkey years
before he came.
Okay, now on a lighter note, Bashorun, I keep wondering, some of our aged grandparents, how come they don't know their age? When their mothers, their parents, were keeping records then when they were young. How come some of them they base their age on estimation? Maybe the people they related with. How come some of them don't know their age?
Yes, thank you. Let me explain that.
Okay.
I said it's just a keep family history.
Yes.
But you know one thing, it's not that they don't keep at all. Yes. They look at some significant event to identify it was during Adubi War. In fact, it was at the commencement of Adubi War that Otatemi was born. I remember. Or it was during Ifo Market Day.
Okay.
Yeah, the one during the rainy season.
Okay.
So, because they were not educated
formally,
I mean, because they are not Western, they don't have Western education.
Yes.
They still find a way of keeping that. And don't forget, look at our parents. They are doing this adulting.
Yes.
Their large will come and take money. They will take their shako.
Yes. And write on the wall.
Right.
On the wall.
Yes.
And when they have done 4 and they do 5, They count 4 and then put another one
Yes.
across it. You
Yes.
know that yes, I've done
It's
5.
5.
Record keeping.
That's record.
It's record keeping.
Okay.
The moment that alert the after that said you can say that you didn't do this, I said no.
No, go and check.
You check again because I have my own record also.
Okay.
You see, that means it is not that we are illiterate. We might not have Western education, but we still keep record.
Okay.
We use all those things. And deliberately, there are some people that will go and plant tree.
Bashorun, sir, you call that intelligence?
In fact, it is global intelligence as far as I'm concerned. Because you see, that's why I said anything that will make you remember what you want to remember.
The event.
This event, that particular event,
Mm.
it is record.
Okay.
It's record. And so our people have different way of doing that. They know the commencement of each season and say, oh, it was doing this. Oh no, it was when his father was carried to this to help Oyinbo people during the Second World War.
Mm.
They-
And we knew the period of the
and
Second
we
War.
know, yes,
Okay.
and we will tell you that the Second World War, okay, 1945. You know,
Yeah,
so they just pick it from that and say yes.
that was the
But
time.
yeah, that was the time. So that's as if they don't know.
Okay.
And they, you see, and their brain, I'll tell you, very sharp. They remember events easily. Easily. They remember events easily.
Okay, let's take more calls. 303 437 9453 0815 032 226. You actually follow us on our Facebook page at ogradio.com. You can watch us live there. What we are doing now, you can watch it live on our Facebook page. You will see exactly. You see Bashorun seated on my far right with white kaftan, well dressed. So and everything about him is unique. You know, is Bashorun,
So
and it's
can
our
reach us
and
on Facebook.
You know, we have not touched one particular one that is also
which area is that?
medical records.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Medical records is very important. If you get to any hospital today, the first thing they ask you to go and do is to go to the records.
They bring out your card.
Go and bring your card. And they have everything about you. Whatever you complain about, they put it there.
Because you make medical history.
If you do any test, they file it there. So anytime if you go to your regular hospital,
Yes.
you go and bring the file. You bring that device and say, oh, I can tell you what has happened 10 years to you, what is happening to you, the level of your health status.
What is resistance?
Yeah,
to
something. They say, no, don't give him this because of this.
Because I have the medical history.
It was based on your medical history.
Sir, is it because you have of an older generation? We have younger generation. I know younger that, sir.
Yes.
Younger that, sir. Sir, is it true that they do records? They find records about what they are allowed to marry. That they find out certain things about the family.
In the olden days,
Yes, sir.
They do their own research, and that's why I said they're very brave. Because no, Mr. X, from
like
Okeogun, it's coming to Ghana. Said go and do your investigation. They want to know whether there are bad people among them, the kind of disease that run in that family, the kind of people they are they thief, are they robbers, are they been caught doing some economic thing that they will not want to be involved because they have name.
Which they want to protect.
So you say, no. You cannot go into that family to marry. And not today, people still do it. If you tell you are from which compound, mention it. They now phone people here, even those in abroad. Help us find out about this family. What can you say about them? And go there and start finding out. You go out in that family. They say, ìyàwó burúkú ṣe é fẹ́ àná burúkú ni ò ṣe é ní. So you don't want to.
And that one is having connotative meaning.
So the moment they know, it's like, you were the one caught in the market last time.
Don't go there.
Only the market. So it's likely that you must have inherited the stealing habit from father. So you want to marry a thief son, go ahead. You know, so we do this. Another thing I want to implore people to always do is to keep diary. Diary is a source of record. You know, if you pick some people's record and some people's diary, you can do everything you need to be by them in that year.
Can someone write an autobiography about that person from that diary?
Why not? Because you see, normally when I wake up in the morning, 7 o'clock, I do this and you have the itinerary of his event there. And what he has done. Thank God I was promoted today. You know, thank God I was blessed to be the boy after 3 guests. I've been complaining and grumbling. God, thank you. You know what I mean? So diary itself is a source of record.
Can such diaries be used by security agencies to do investigation about the person?
Why not? Because because wherever you are, people now don't now use their physical diary.
Yes.
Their phone is
Their
their
phone.
Yes.
And that's why when the policemen arrest you, what they say, give us your phone. Where's your laptop? Because most of those information they could.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. My name is Engineer Abdullah.
Thanks for calling, engineer.
What this man is discussing, the word about our forefather, I can say they are more intelligent than this present generation.
Thank you.
Because they don't have anything they don't have a formal writing somehow, either they write in Arabic and other things.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some people, but they will tell you, this is where you should not marry in this family. This is how their descendants have been. This is this, this is that. And at the same time, most of the traditional medicine they use, they don't have it written down, but they have it in their head. And they will give it to you without missing it. Record keeping is one of the most important things that we should not play with. And at the same time, I don't know which government that said there should be no history. We are happy that history is not bad. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Abdullah. Thanks for calling this morning. Maybe we may take just one more.
Before we take
But-
that, let me make sure.
Don't let us even take your reaction, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Let us forget history. It's not only for historical purposes alone, even for legal purposes.
Yes.
Don't forget, you can only prove your case in court with the record.
Antecedent.
Yes.
And
It's a proof. You write a proof. And you say, oh, this is the exhibit. Exhibit is a record.
Okay.
It could be a car, it could be a knife, it could be a gun, whatever that could be used against you in court. And that's why he said, go and bring justify what you are saying in court. So we also have legal records that are very important, and that is why successful lawyers have a very big and wealthy libraries, because that is their backbone. They want to look at the precedent. How was it done when it was Mr. Otatemi versus his former girlfriend before he got married?
I can understand.
They want to look at that.
Sure.
And they say, okay, that judge gave this kind of thing. Okay, we have a precedent. Like in the case of so. So that's why they call it, they look precedent. They drive a lot of attention in that. So it is not only for historical purposes alone. And I've mentioned medical, mentioned legal.
Yes.
So we research for data,
Yes.
analysis, and whatever. So
Even for economic reasons.
Economic reasons. For planning.
Planning.
You can only do an effective planning when you have good records.
Surely. But I want to thank you sincerely, Bashorun Festus Kehinde, former general manager, OGTV Abeokuta. He's been our guest on today's edition of Morning Flight on OGBC 90.5 in Abeokuta. We have not worked alone. We have worked with Wahid Ogujobi and Adebimpe Wahab from the newsroom as editors on duty this morning. Well, Dr. Idowu has been pressing the right buttons, and I've equally worked with Kemi Sofolawe Chukwu as my partner in progress in this production this morning. Well, ICT lady has been Folake Shoeton, making sure we appear on our social media platforms. And this is a production of Shola Onide, who has made everything humanly possible to have our guests in the studios this morning. He's a member of... sir, he will do that outside the studio.
How? No problem.
Because
we will use it as a record against him anytime, any day.
Yes, sir. When you bring out Gary as early as this morning, Shola, you know what to do.
I hope you are hearing.
He's hearing. That's the program today. We'll see you again in 7 days. Thanks so much for being part of the show. Another edition of Morning Flight on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend.